34. People came out in full force last night to debate the controversial proposed police modernization law. A public hearing was held during the Binghamton City Council meeting and lasted 3.5 hours. The legislation, drafted by the Binghamton Human Rights Commission, would provide cultural competency training for police officers, as well as require them to collect data that includes race, ethnicity, gender, and sexual orientation. The data would be analyzed to ensure that racial profiling is not taking place. Those who are in favor of the law say it would bridge a trust gap between some members of the community and the Binghamton Police Department. Others say it holds the police accountable for their actions. And some residents say they want to see more diversity within the department to represent the diverse community it serves. Those who are opposed to the legislation say it's an overreaction to situations that have taken place in Ferguson, Missouri and Baltimore. Police Chief Joe Zukuski says the department was not consulted when the legislation was drafted.
This was shoved down our throat. When this was brought forward, the day before the first meeting, they walked in with legislation already drafted from absolutely no one from the police department, from anybody in the police department. They drafted this on their own. And look what we got. This is either the third or fourth draft.
Some former and current members of the Binghamton Police Department say the language of the law is extremely concerning. The act says police cannot use race for any degree of policing. One officer says if a victim could only identify the suspect by their physical appearance that includes race, police would not be able to approach the suspect. Another officer says he would consider leaving the department if the law was passed because he feels police are being second-guessed for their work. Binghamton Human Rights Commission member Sean Massey says he wishes the department had a bigger role in writing the law.
One of the things that I really wish would have happened is that law enforcement had been willing to be part of the conversation 5 months ago when we first started and we first invited them to the table to discuss this legislation. It would have been a valuable piece of input.
District Attorney Jerry Mullins says he would be more than willing to facilitate a discussion between Binghamton Police and the Human Rights Commission. Massey says revisions have been made to address concerns that were raised last night. Another public hearing will be held to address those revisions.